everybody, thanks for joining me for another one of my favorite workouts. So I know a lot of people, especially if you're active runner, cyclist, skier, experience sometimes knee pain, weakness on the knee, and a lot of times you go to the doctor thinking you have a knee problem, and it turns out you don't have a knee problem. What you might be experiencing is just what we call a combination of muscle imbalances, meaning some muscles around your knee might be too short, too strong, other muscles might be too long and weak. And a lot of times, not even the muscles around your knee that are causing your knee discomfort and knee weakness. A lot of times you have muscle imbalance around the hips or the core, which are the two major muscle groups that give your full body stability. So I'm going to share with you my 3 favorite exercises that I actually practice myself because I had ACL replacement on my left knee 8 years ago from a mountain bike accident, and recently I re-injured this knee again, causing a partial tear on my ACL. So I'll share with you some of the exercise that I'm using to rehab my knee. And remember, any exercise that is used for rehabilitation can also be a preventive exercise. So even if you have a great knee, but you work out hard, you love to play on the weekends, I still recommend you to implement some of these exercises to keep your knees strong, stable, and healthy. So I'm going to start from the easiest exercise, move to the more advanced exercise. So you can choose one or you can choose all the 3. So the number 1 is going to be a floor hip extension, or what you might know as a floor bridge. So come with me to the floor. I'm just going to lay flat on the floor with my palms up, and with a little bit of core engagement when I draw my abdominal wall in with an exhale, I'm going to lift up my hips, give my glutes a little bit of squeeze, not too much. And when you're on the top, you should feel a nice contraction around your glutes, your core, and a little bit of tension on the hamstrings. So inhale here on the top, exhale when you lower slowly. So I'm going to do 3 repetitions so you can get a grip of the tempo. So that's a great tempo that will allow the weak muscles to catch up and fire as you execute the exercise. Now you might be saying, but Alex, I want to exercise for my knees, and I just showed the exercise for the hips. I call the hips your knees' best friend. Just because most of the time when you have a knee discomfort, usually there's something going on with either the ankle-foot complex or the hip. And the knee becomes a victim because the knee is caught in the middle. I call the knee doesn't have a life itself. Unless you have a trauma and injury like a mountain bike accident or a ski accident, most of the time that weakness on the knee, it's coming from the hip area. That's why I share hip exercises for knee strength. Second exercise here, moderate level. You're gonna do a side lunge. So you start with your feet together, parallel, and you're simply going to follow a lateral line where you're going to lower the right hip and push yourself back. Land, just like you'd be doing a squat in terms of torso position. Lunge and come back. Now it's very important to keep this left foot fixed. So I'm going to have Kristen actually show you what's happening with my left foot as I do this exercise. Left foot stays fixed so I can fully charge, engage my inner thigh or adductor muscles. So I'm working the right hip here when I land. I'm working my inner thigh on the left side. So it's a very functional exercise working your lateral system, your glute medius. Very important if you're a cyclist or a runner because you're always stressing the same muscle lines. So you need to do some lateral work so you can avoid muscle imbalances and avoid a knee injury. Third exercise, a little more advanced, it's a single leg squat. My favorite exercise for the butt. Ladies, if you want a good butt exercise, this is one of my favorites. And also it's a great exercise to correct overpronation of the knee, which is that inward position that the knees sometimes take when you do a squat. So you stand in one leg, so you go for a triple flexion, meaning your ankle, your knee, and your hips are gonna flex at the same time. So it looks like this. I'm gonna reach opposite, and I'm using my left arm to cause my body a little bit of rotation to really correct that pronation. So, especially if you're a pronator, by using this left arm as a driver, you're going to correct that overpronation of the foot and the knee. So you go slow, inhale here, and exhale as you go down. Inhale and exhale. Keep your foot planted on the floor, and the entire foot should really be feeling the floor. So this is a great exercise to do barefoot or with your 5 fingers, Vibram shoes, or a shoe with very thin sole like what I'm wearing right now. If you've never done this exercise before, start with 5-6 repetitions, and the moment you lose balance, just touch the floor with the other foot, and you recover until you get really good at it. And as I always say, before you do any of these exercises, if you have any pathology on the hip or the knee or the ankle, talk to your doctor and make sure you can do these exercises, or talk to your PT. And in doubt, always hire a professional to help you. Thank you. I hope these exercises are helpful for your knee and your hips. I'll talk to you soon.